Thank you for joining today in this inaugural session of the International Workshop on Intangible Cultural Heritage and Sustainable Development, organized by Ahmedabad University, but very generously supported by ICHCAP and also UNESCO Bangkok office, the regional office for Asia Pacific region. I'm delighted to be welcoming you to this 2 weeks long workshop. In fact, it goes more than 2 weeks. And today being the inaugural session, I'm humbled that the distinguished guests have joined us. The Director General of ICHCAP, the Vice Chancellor of Ahmedabad University, the Head of Culture Sector in UNESCO Bangkok, as well as the Director of the Networking Section of ICHCAP, and so many others, the Deans of Ahmedabad University, and so many colleagues that I see from around the Asia Pacific region, but also from Europe and North America as well. As Ginny said, most of the participants are from Asia Pacific region, which is obvious because the focus is on Asia Pacific region, as the ICHCAP and UNESCO Bangkok both have mandated. I will just take 1 minute to give a little background to this workshop. So, as many of you may be aware that since last few years, ICHCAP has been very generous to really motivate the universities across the Asia Pacific region to come together and advance the knowledge and research and capacity building in the field of intangible cultural heritage, particularly in the Asia Pacific region. I must acknowledge here that 3 years back, with the support of ICHCAP and UNESCO Bangkok, the universities in the Asia Pacific region, which have some kind of a focus on intangible cultural heritage, either through program or courses or by their research, has actually come together, and we now have a network called Asia Pacific Higher Education Network for Intangible Cultural Heritage. Not only that, ICHCAP has also been generously supporting many of our young students and young professionals in doing their research, but also very importantly, networking. And as we are holding an informal interactive session before the workshop started last week, many of the participants actually highlighted and requested whether after this workshop they could be supported to network among themselves. And we're so happy to hear that, because that is one of the core reasons, because this leads to collaboration, this leads to knowledge sharing. And so that is one of the key objective of this workshop, is not only to bring professionals, young professionals and young graduate students together, but also hopefully help them move forward in a journey where they would learn from each other so much, and perhaps they could do so many things together. And so the three organizations that have put together this program, it's just a starting, in my opinion, and I hope we can really take it forward.